And we're live on YouTube. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up, a like if you can hear me on YouTube, please. Can you hear me on YouTube? I'm seeing the mic showing signs of life, but I need confirmation before we begin. We will start in 3 minutes. Today's session, as it was supposed to be yesterday, is going to be interesting. Is going to be focused on how you're storing your leads, right? So, uh, like I was saying, or I wanted to say yesterday, if you were live with us yesterday, we had a lot of, or we're looking at how we, as sales reps, get our follow ups done systematically. So we're looking at the systems and processes that we have to put in place in order for us to close more deals. That is the purpose of today's 30-minute sales gym. Uh, Stick with me till the end, 30 minutes. Get as much value out of it. It's absolutely free. I do this every week. 52 weeks is my target. So a whole 1 year series every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're doing it today on a Thursday because yesterday I had challenges with the sound system. So we just decided to move it till today. So fingers crossed Murphy's Law doesn't kick in and we can actually get some momentum moving forward. If you have questions, you can put them in the comment section. Again, on YouTube. If you can't hear me, comment. You can't hear me. If you can, please like, give me a thumbs up. We will be beginning in around 2 minutes. So while we're here, it's a matter of how are your sales doing? How are you doing? How did you do the first half of the season, which is coming to an abrupt end at the end of this year? But you already know how your year was in terms of revenue generation. Did you sell as much product as you anticipated? If you're in a sales team or you're a sales team member, you already know your quota. Did you achieve your KPI? How's it looking on the personal side in terms of the commission you wanted to generate this year? All of that, that's the problem we're trying to solve with the 30-minute sales gym. uh, it's helping you to actually become a top 1% sales rep. Feel free to share and invite your contacts, people you know who are in sales who want to improve their sales. Feel free to share this with them. The video is stored on YouTube for the long term. I also have slides that are there on YouTube, so feel free to share with them about SNCT marketing, which is our page. I will be posting content about that on the SNCT marketing TikTok. You're currently, if you're on TikTok, you're on my personal TikTok, which is Cal Capapiro. On YouTube, you're on SNCT Talks. That is the channel we are using for YouTube. It is 7:31 and we are about to kickstart the session. Again, it can be interactive if you wanted to. can be interactive if you want it to. Just feel free to comment, put your challenges on the comment section. Let's get to know what is it that you're selling. Ziwondo Kingdom, welcome. You've decided to join on TikTok today. Unfortunately, the slides are not on TikTok. The slides will be on the YouTube channel. I will be working on getting the slides up on TikTok as time goes on. But yes, I'm still experimenting with TikTok Live. So thank you for joining, everybody. Welcome to another session of the 30-minute sales gym. Today's session is going to be titled, How Many Leads Are Slipping Through? Because nobody is collecting them properly, right? That's usually the reason why leads slip through. And a lot of the time, you'll hear people say we need systems in place, we need to work on systems and processes. So that's what we're discussing in today's session of the 30-minute sales gym. So far, we have covered quite a few topics. We've covered how to start a sales conversation. We've covered how to ask pertinent questions. We've covered when to start selling, ABC, which is always be closing. We've covered handling objections, lead generation, closing, 80-20 rule, and so much more. The goal is to provide you with so much value with this session. You actually can go out and implement what I talk about during the session, and it will work for you immediately. So these are things that you can implement as soon as tomorrow. I try to keep it as simple as possible. Who is this for? So the people I'm talking to, if you're any of these three groups, this is for you. Stay until the end, get as much value. Uh, I'm talking to you if you're a business owner, anyone aiming to establish a business, you have a big idea you want to implement, or you started a business and you want to increase revenue for your business. Actually, you're starting a business and you don't even have your first sale. This is for you. Sales reps, you're selling, you're in a team, or you have product you sell. This is for you. Anyone looking to improve continuously, you want to perform at the top, you want to close the gap between your close rate, you want to increase your close rate from whatever it is today, you want it to get to 10, 15, 20% close rate. This session is for you. We're also looking at our business leaders, that's our managers, executives, who want to improve their team's performance. If you have a team, feel free, invite your team to the session. We're going to be sharing a lot of information that cuts across to them so that they can keep up to their KPIs. You can keep up to your departmental KPIs and improve sales numbers. Are any of these you invest in leads, right? Have you ever invested in leads, but you're not getting quality leads, or you feel they're not quality? You get good quality leads and fail to convert them. Is that you? You're actually doing the work, you're marketing, leads are coming in, but they're not converting. It could be number one, it could be number two. Uh, you attend events to network. That is your lead generation vehicle, but the events you're attending, they're not leading to revenue. So you're not converting any of the people you network with into actual clients. If that's you, this session is for you. Your revenue is inconsistent. Inconsistent revenue where it's fluctuating, that can be solved. It is a issue we can solve, uh, especially if you are putting in the effort. Your costs are growing, you're paying the salaries, you've got the sales team on board, but your costs are growing and your revenue is inconsistent. Light has dimmed. If you've noticed, that is a power issue. Apologies about that. There are some technical issues I've learned to live with. People enter your store to make initial purchase and they don't buy again. If you're part of that group, just give me a hands up. People have actually come to your business, they've subscribed to your offer, they've bought your product, but they don't actually come back. So you're not getting repeat customers. If that's you, again, this session will help you a lot. uh, you don't have a sales and marketing problem per se. You have a systems and processes problem. The other day, somebody asked me a very interesting question. What's the difference between a sales department and a marketing department? So the simple answer I gave was marketing focuses on mass communication. You're looking at so many people and you're driving awareness. Those are the key roles of marketing. Whereas with sales, we are more one on one. We're snipers, we're one on one. We're looking at how do we convert the attention we have into revenue. So that is the difference. So when I say you don't have a sales and marketing problem, you have a systems and processes problem. Take this seriously because it is a real issue. Uh, so let's go back to our title just as a reminder. How many leads are slipping through? The cost of not collecting leads. Now remember, every time you put money on the table, you put money on TikTok to get leads, you put money on Google, Facebook, all the marketing you're doing on in newspapers. Every time you put money in, that is a cost to you as a business. So that being said, it being a cost to you as a business, what you get out of it, your return on investment, are the leads, right? The leads are the asset. And if they are hot enough, some will convert immediately. However, majority will convert in the long term. If you think you're going to market, get 100 leads and close all 100 leads overnight. It is very impossible. You will have a drop off rate. That's why they call it a marketing and sales funnel, because we expect drop off in certain layers of the sales process or certain levels of the sales process. Now, when you don't collect your leads, what you're doing is gambling. You are actually what you believe, or your folly, your mistake is in thinking that you will always remember the people you're reaching out to. And your other mistake is in thinking that systems are not important to you. And that's what I'm coming in and I'm saying, listen, uh, unless you are thinking very small, then you're not collecting leads. But even organizations as big as Boeing, uh, organizations bigger than you, are collecting leads consistently. They're ensuring that they collect the name, contact details, and as much other information on their leads as possible. When you don't collect leads, your interested prospects disappear, whether it's a memory issue, whether it's the piece of paper you wrote on just got misplaced, you folded it, put it somewhere, the notebook disappeared. Your prospects are going to disappear. Uh, you won't be able to do your follow-ups. You are always starting from zero. Every day you're restarting the sales process, all the way from marketing, lead generation, and then trying to close on call every day. Sales become unpredictable. Once sales become unpredictable, I mean, again, it's the assumption that all your leads will close on the first day, which is not realistic. Most leads or most sales come after three, four, five follow ups, it's never going to be as easy, or it will hardly be as easy as one meeting, one close. Unless you sell Coca Cola, you're a supermarket, someone enters the shop, even then, they will browse, they will review, look at what you have in the store, and they will walk out with only the soda. So you have to always have different touch points, which is why we collect uh, the leads information so that we can always reach out to them and tell them, listen, this is example for supermarket. Listen, uh, I realize you're interested in microwaves. We've got this offer on our microwaves this week. Okay. So, a key statistic research consistently shows that only a small percentage of prospects are ready to buy immediately, while the majority buy after multiple transactions with a brand. Okay. So, it goes back to what I was saying, multiple touch points. The problem, most people think they need more traffic. So this is a real issue, actually. A lot of people think they need more traffic, more followers, more ads to be running, and more leads. Uh, and the actual problem is not there. Uh, better, a better system for capturing leads uh, is what you need. How do you capture the leads you already have and then drive them through your pipeline? So if you're collecting leads, and this is for all my salespeople, if you're currently collecting your leads, doing your lead research, putting your leads on a piece of paper, and then you don't have a follow up process for that, or you don't have a system auto reaching out to your people, you don't have a system automating some of your follow up, you have a real issue, and your close rate will consistently fluctuate. So you are gambling. The slide I'm on is you are gambling. Are you gambling? The typical sales process comes from the leads being generated. So that's your events, your social media, you're generating interest through your leads, right? Then you make the first contact as the sales rep. From first contact, what are you doing? You're pitching. Then you face objections. Now, this typical sales process, what people generally do is after pitching, they're either going to walk away having said a statement like, feel free to contact me if you need more information. Done. Close, end of story. They move on to the next lead generated, they make the next first contact with that new lead, they pitch that one, and then face objections, and the cycle repeats itself. Therefore, there is no closing. This is gambling. So, what it leads to is poor follow up, because in the process, you've generated the lead, but where are you tracking your lead from? Right? Uh, so there's poor follow up. You've actually also failed to come up with next steps, which should be ingrained in all your sales or all your conversations. You should always have a next steps uh, solution or process. If you don't have next steps guaranteed or set in to stone, how are you following up? What is the next thing you have to do? Are you supposed to send them a proposal? Is there a demo coming up? What's the next step? So you don't have that in this process. So you're gambling, uh, leads to poor follow up because you don't have anything to follow up on, inconsistent sales because you're hoping that the first conversation leads to a high ticket or a good sale. No database collection. No database means as an organization, you don't have a DB, which is an asset to every organization, an emailing list, whether it's an SMS list. If you don't have that DB, you're not able to retarget. Therefore, you are losing money. In short, all your marketing is wasted. Then it leads to low conversions. That 5 percent and below that you're closing at. And I'd like you to actually do the math. You should look at, as a sales rep, as a sales manager, as a business owner, how many leads are you talking to, prospects are you talking to, and how many of those lead to sales? That is your sales conversion. If your conversion is so low, below 5%, I swear to God, hit me up, reach out. You really need, we can really help you with that. Uh, However, if you implement what we're talking about now, you should see a change. There is a right way and a wrong way. Usually, I tell my team, uh, there's no wrong answer. See, when we are kids and we're in primary school, they tell you 1 plus 1 equals 2, and then they tell you 1 minus 1 equals 0. Then they say 0 minus 1, it can't, right? It can't. That's in primary, grade 1 or P1, grade 2, P2. Uh, then later you get told, oh, 0 minus 1 is actually -1. There are numbers below 0. Uh, and therefore, there is actually no wrong answer. It's just how you prove. In history, this is where I learned it the most, history and literature. It's how you prove or you justify your comment or your answer that makes it right or wrong. So ask, how do I identify every interested person? Okay? That is what you should be asking yourself. How do you, how do you, uh, Teddy, how do you actually identify every interested person, everyone who's interested in your organization? So, this is how we're going to be building our profile, right? Through this question. The key factors that help us to identify people that are interested in our solution. You've generated your lead. What do you need from them? You need their name, their email address, their phone number, or WhatsApp number, because today we can, in the modern world, you can actually automate WhatsApp communications. Uh, Company, if you're doing B2B, this is very important. Even if it's B2C, if you sell high ticket items, as much information as you can get about your prospect is important. So, company in brackets, where applicable, and then areas of interest. Understanding their areas of interest or their pain points is also very important. This creates an asset you can market to repeatedly. So once you have that information, I mean, as a business, you might have other things you're interested in. For example, if you're selling wheelchairs, you might want to figure out which disability exactly are they suffering from. uh, you might have different areas to add on to this skeleton, but this is the core: the name, email, phone number, WhatsApp number, the company they work for, where applicable, and area of interest. I would also want to remind you that the slides and this video will be on YouTube on our channel, SNCT Talks. You'll be able to find it there. If you have challenges finding the YouTube channel, feel free, DM me, and I will share the link with you through the DMs. So that's how you create an asset that you can always remarket to. You can always recycle those leads for continuous follow ups as time goes on. So the ideal sales process is starting from your marketing. Remember, we differentiated marketing from the beginning. So we're looking at traffic, landing page, right? So you drive traffic to your offer, they land on your landing page. Your landing page has a call to action, CTA, usually a lead form or a button, right? And then once they fill in the form, it should start automating a follow up process. That is instant, that is immediate. This is you doing your sales as you sleep. So, this is you avoiding that issue of delayed communication with your hot leads. Immediately they fill in the lead form, start sending them important information about the product they're inquiring about. Uh, Book your appointment slash demo if it's needed, and then get this the sale. Go into the sale, follow up, follow up, follow up, close. Okay. The biggest leak within this process happens between traffic. Then you receive the traffic onto your page, you don't capture anything in a meaningful way. So you are getting the emails, you're getting the communications, but you're not capturing any data in any meaningful way, making it very difficult for you to come back and follow up. And then automatically, once you can't find the data, or it's difficult to actually accumulate the data, it automatically leads to the prospect leaving you forever. You lose the prospect automatically. You realize 6 months later, oh, yeah, by the way, there was that one prospect, and it's too late. They've already gone to someone else. Now, what is the power of forms? Remember, we're talking systems and processes you can put in place. So the first thing is lead generation forms. Forms do more than collect information. uh, a form will help you to identify prospect, segment your leads, qualify opportunities, trigger automation, and also start conversations. Now, I've already talked to you about triggering automation. That is easy. There are so many tools out there, including one we as SNCT Marketing have developed, called postly.snctmarketing.com. It's an email automation platform. All you have to do, you can create a form in the platform, put that on your website or your landing page, and once people fill in the form, it will automatically send them uh, emails based on the emails you've developed within the system. So we do have that available for you. It is pretty much free to use as an emailing, as a automation system, though the emails are pay per use. So we've got the power of forms. Again, identify prospects, segment leads. Now, why do we say identify prospects? Listen, if anyone is willing to fill in a form, let alone a pretty long form with more than 3 fields in it, they are definitely interested in what you have to offer. If they are not willing to fill in the form, then their pain is not that big. Okay, so it's a way of filtering through people who are just inquiring versus people who have a real actual pain. You can segment your leads. There are ways of filtering through those leads based on drop downs, comments, etc. So you can always segment leads. You can qualify opportunities, trigger automation, and lastly, through the automation, you can get the conversation started even as you sleep. Remember, most people are browsing during their free time, which is usually evening. You may not be available, but automation can get the ball rolling. A tool just for you. So we've already walked you through Postly. Postly comes with uh, is an email engine, right? Email marketing, email automation. You can do your campaigns through Postly. However, there are other tools you could put in place. Postly being the bare minimum. I developed it as a bare minimum tool whereby you don't want to go into multiple systems, you don't want to do too much, you don't want the complexity of a big CRM. Postly will store your data through the contact management. You can extract the list of leads. You can actually extract that as an Excel. So instead of multiple tools, which are your form builder, your CRM, another email tool, connect which you have to integrate to the CRM or export from the CRM and then put it in the email marketing tool, your automation tool, which is most people are using tools such as Zapier to link their systems together for the automation to flow, and a follow up system. Instead of getting all those tools together, uh, Postly will work for you, whether you're in a team, whether you're an individual. You could take the initiative and say, listen, our organization doesn't have this facility available. You can implement it, you can use it. It will give you a leg up over your other colleagues doing sales. So it will help you with the form builder, the CRM, the email tool, the automation tool, and also the follow up system. So that's Postly .snctmarketing.com. On YouTube, it's the link is in the caption. Feel free, it's a free tool. You can go there and register. So imagine up waking up and finding new leads collected overnight, follow ups already sent, meetings already booked because of the responses, and also prospects already nurtured. That's the power of systems. Systems can actually ensure that all of this is done. Your meetings are already booked and your prospects are already nurtured. That is the power of automation through systems. So, I think we're moving on with time. We have 2 minutes. The challenge for the week. Every week I place a challenge. If you're in our WhatsApp group, we have a WhatsApp group where we are trying to get the conversation going. Remember, 30-minute sales gym is once a week, 30 minutes every Wednesday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Now, we have a WhatsApp group. If you're interested in joining the WhatsApp group, again, feel free, DM me and I'll send you the link. Uh, if you're on uh, if you're on YouTube, please feel free. Just put it in the comment section. Give me give me the link. Put that in the comment section. We will reach out to you and actually share the link with you for you to join through the comment section. So, what is the challenge? Take note. If you're on your PC, screenshot this section. If you're on TikTok and you have a notebook, here's your chance to actually use the notebook. Uh, Audit your current process. I want you to run a simple audit of your current process where you ask yourself these 6 questions. Question number one: where are prospects coming from? So, how are you generating your leads? Where do they come from? Question two: how are they identified? So, what information are you collecting? Is question number three. Okay, what information is collected from those prospects? Then, what happens immediately after they've submission or you've collected that information? What are the steps? The information is added to a system, the system automates, or uh, I get the information, I first put it manually into an Excel, or I put it in a notebook, I make the call. What are the next steps? Then, how many follow ups are automated? This is very important. How many follow ups do you have that are actually automated vis a vis you manually have to do the automation? So you're relying on your memory to remember to follow up. Remember, follow up is done through multiple touch points. It could be through WhatsApp. You could also mix it up with a phone call. It could be an email, multiple emails. It's how are you doing the follow up and how many of them are actually automated. Then how many leads are currently being lost. So if you're serious with yourself, you'll actually go through and say, listen, uh, I have lost X number of leads over the years. And then you are measuring the impact of not having a system, because every lead, depending on your your sale value, every lead is revenue. Okay. uh, Thank you very much. So what's next? We have another session next week, Wednesday. I always try to make it Wednesday, 7:30 to 8 p.m. It's 30 minutes of bite-sized actionable lessons. I also want to pre-announce we're going to be having our first live training session in the middle of July. That's our target. We want to get our first live training session going on in Kampala in the middle of July. So feel free to follow follow the follow me on TikTok, follow the YouTube channel. More information will be coming. If you're interested, also just put the interested. We will be sharing information as well in our other channels, including WhatsApp. So we are going to be having our first training session. Uh, that's also coming up, something exciting to look forward to. If you have any questions, feel free. I'm looking at the comment section. Emma is looking at the comment section. Feel free to comment any of your questions, and I will be able to answer you. Let's give it 3 minutes. If there are no questions in 3 minutes, we move on. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Okay, I don't see any comments at the moment. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go off live. Please feel free to check our YouTube channel. You can watch this. It is recorded for you. For those who can't join, have a good night and a fruitful rest of the week. Cheers.